Hey everybody, it's Alexander A. Manzoni. I'm going to be reading some American Carnage. Okay, you're doing chapter 5, Zach's chapter. Herein is imprisoned a man who, in effect, no longer exists. Guantanamo Tower, 47th floor, Pod 6, Sector X, Cell 85669755050-B. Guantanamo Bay, Americuba. Friday, January 18th. 2092. We will load up Guantanamo with some bad dudes. That's a quote from former U.S. Presidente Extremos du Jour, El Trumpo, November 2016. That quote was from over 70 years ago, and not much had changed. Are you surprised? I'm not. The Trumposaurus was not kidding either. Not only did Gitmo build out, but did it also build up at the former Camp Justice and Camp X-Ray sites? Its construction simultaneously ran parallel to the southern border wall, completed in 2027. It's what the former president meant by rebuilding our crumbling infrastructure to create a towering obelisk, more befitting a fantastical British novel, perhaps Lord of the Rings. The reality was that Sauron, El Trumpo, and the Republicans actually had a lot more in common than one might have thought. They had some suspiciously similar policies: jingoist nationalism, repression, anti-immigration, totalitarianism, coupled with an altogether maddening hunger for world domination. Note that I am not mentioning the Reaganizer under this catch-all banner. Well, let's just say that the automated president was on a slightly different page while he was at the helm of the nation. It was day 970 of Zach Milano's internment in the Politico. Death fortress. Death, death, death. Either way, he was nowhere that mattered. By this time, he was praying every second for death. But the government wasn't about to have it. They only killed who they wanted to kill, and they certainly didn't kill anybody who wanted to die. There was little satisfaction, and one thing the definitely not Nazis with a new paint job, fascist, Republican government prized was satisfaction and big, ridiculous, pompous displays of empty, bombastic power. Oh, chest all pointed out. Oh, yeah. Why don't you just let me roll over and die? Screeched Zach, voice reverberating double slaps in the dingy, gray, empty concrete block room. The slat in the reinforced metal door slid open, and a pair of angry eyes gazed through. Then a small plastic nozzle emerged, and from it came a misty jet of pressurized spray, synthesized from Amazonian bullet ant venom. Not that the Amazon was still standing, it wasn't, but a lot of the bugs still were. "Hey, keep it down in there, you ignorant ingrate!" shouted the guard through the door. "Ah!" squealed Zach, who quickly took to writhing in the southeast corner. "Fucking terrorist! You're less than nothing to me!" echoed the guard amongst his own jackbooted footsteps. "Hoo! Hi!" As he left to finish his rounds. How could this be America? What was going on with this world? Zach rolled around on the floor, trying to physically scrape the flesh from his skin against the abrasive concrete. There was no source of water with which to cleanse himself of the irritant. On previous occasions, he had tried to use his own urine to neutralize the burn. Not this time. He wasn't about to make the same mistake twice. Unless that mistake involved keeping his own mouth shut. While crying in anguish, Zach began to repeatedly bang his head against the wall, leaving a sweat stain, one of many, that quickly became tinged pink, then red with blood. I shouldn't even be here, miserably muttered Zach. It doesn't even make sense. It was true. Zach was not an immigrant. He was merely a victim of identity theft. In truth, Zach had been hacked. Over 3 years ago, a desperate Pakistani Muslim computer programmer switched their records. Overnight, Zach went from being himself with a good old-fashioned American name. He was named for the boisterously fabulous interior decorator for viral reality star Zacchademus St. Sebastian. He went to being Abu Ali Ahmet Sanjit Mahmud Muhammad Rahajamaja Padaran. It did not matter that they looked nothing alike. The authorities trusted their technology rather than their own eyes and intuitions. When you think of it, though, it didn't make much sense. That the people would be so blind, especially when one considers that a good number of their rank had been trained for their jobs since birth. Zach truly was a mistake. Zach, he did not belong here, but nobody cared. Nobody. Not that he had any friends, but if he did, and they tried to voice their opinions, however mild, they'd be sent here, as well to the same lamentable fate. They would probably be treated better. After all, they wouldn't have the brown stamp on their file. Immigrants were separated by skin color classifications. Sometimes the boundaries were quite vague in the case of mixed race individuals. So, depending on one's paperwork, they would receive the white stamp or the brown one. Try to guess which one was the bad one. Thank you very much.